Hi everybody, we're here in Lansing, Iowa. This is the 10th. This is the 10th of December. As you can tell, it's snowing and it's a little bit late in the day. It's like 3:30 or 4. And so I've got really an important announcement to make. A lot of you know that I've been working on the song album for some time. And the problem was that I never had the facilities to be able to do so. And I just posted, I had the wonderful opportunity from another member, supporter of the Venus Project, Craig Kolak, who had a job opening for room and board, and allowed me to come out to Iowa, where his shop is, and be able to work for room and board. Hold on. Let's check out that door. By the way, it's airtight. There's no air coming in. Anyway, this is the inside of the booth. I got a little refrigerator, you know, stuff you gotta have to live on, and a bench, and my little bed up there, place for the guitar. And anyway, so the booth is done. It was provided by Craig. Let's see if this light works. And so, not only did he provide the space, which is, you know, it's safe, the equipment is safe, and it's temperature controlled. Yeah, as you can tell, it's cold outside, and it's below zero. And this room is totally warm. And to illustrate that, I want to take my jacket off. I'm in a t-shirt. So it's really a great room. A tremendous amount of work. It was a bigger job than I thought. I built my first house at 15. It was a piece of cake. And this took me... By the way, I should have had this done at the end of November, but I got sick. I got real sick for a month, and so it took longer, and it was a huge job. So we have the facilities, and we have the booth. Now, this booth should be a lot bigger, but I incorporated these designs to help trap the sound. There'll be sound absorption materials that we'll put on the wall. I'm only going to sing 3 of the songs. There's too many other incredibly skilled members. Let's see if we can get some light this way. That work? That are much more qualified at bringing out the very best in those songs than I am. But like, so 3 of them I'm going to do. So when we get to that point that I need to sing and use a mic, you know, throw it through this room, we'll have some sound absorption material. I had a couple studios in California, and so I learned a lot about that. And so now we have the booth. And now what I'd like to do is talk about what the song project is. I am a writer. I create music. I never performed it. I always hired professionals. That's how I met Mark Yeary and a whole bunch of other wonderfully skilled musicians. Grammy Award winners, got to work with them, and very serious, very rewarding part of projects was the music score, stuff like that. And so I create songs, and after I had learned of the Venus Project and my life became devoted towards it, I had accomplished and done everything I wanted. I got to do a wonderful, lots of it, gosh, incredible things that I got to experience. And so I had done all I wanted, and now my life is devoted to that. I began this, so I create music. All of the songs that I create today are target specific. They're a vehicle to spread awareness. I don't write about, you know, I don't have anybody, or I don't have a girl, or any of that. My truck, you know, rifle rack in the back. I don't sing about the farm. I don't sing about anything except how we can get from here to there. Using society's ills illustrated, and the solutions to those. Try to do that in the music. The songs are a vehicle for two things. One, to spread awareness about the venusproject.com. Every song provides the address, the web address, and it also provides the underlining foundation principle of the Venus Project resource-based economy. That all the resources, and it explains all of this. And then it gives the address. So it serves as a way to give the address and then awareness. So it's a great vehicle. We all know that music transcends a whole bunch of stuff. It doesn't care who you are, what color, how thick, how tall, how small. It doesn't care. Yeah, people find joy in music. So that's what I use my music now today for. I wanted to help generate money for the major motion picture, which is phase 2. It's always been part of the underlining transitional period to get from here to there. Phase 2 is not something new. The day I read about it, I looked at all the different phases, which they'd accomplished phase 1. And now we are at phase 2, and I wanted to help with that. And so I thought, look, we'll put together a song album that all these members and supporters all over the world, our planet, that for like $2. We're going to do it for $1, but it's not enough. $2 anybody can afford, and for $2 you get rewarded. Everybody wants to donate. Everyone wants to help this in whatever way they can, and we still live in a monetary world, so it's important. We'll talk about actors and their agents who need money. We won't let them participate. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, and so that's the idea, was to create a fundraising song album that people all over the world could donate and receive. The song album is not a product. It's a virtual download. You download it. We don't have to replicate copies and store them and then have envelopes or cartons and postage and packaging. We don't have any of that. There's no cost associated towards this fundraiser. Just the cost of producing it. So there's bandwidth considerations, but their songs don't amount to anything. And the song album that you download will have anywhere from 5 to 15 songs, maybe more. I figured 1.5 years, so we'll see what happens. But you also receive a small booklet which explains about the venusproject.com resource-based economy. It explains about how the album came about, the people that participated on it, who the musicians are. The song album, many of the songs have videos associated with them. They're music videos, which we want to have a lot of members participate in. We already have lots of skilled members all over this planet who are willing and are already involved in creating this music, doing their contribution, whether it's vocals or bass or drums or whatever. And so some of it will be that it's a virtual product. There's no cost associated with it. I will post a link that I have an album on my personal page. If you go to photos, photo albums, there's a photo album dedicated towards the songs. And it lists all the lyrics. I don't know how many songs are in there, 15 or so. And some of the songs I performed along the way during my peace walk. And so, terrible conditions. But, I thought it was a good idea to get them out there. If something happened, they wouldn't be lost. And so, that's what the song album is about. Have the facilities. And Craig Kolak is totally involved with the venusproject.com. He realizes that these were important piece of work, and he financed this room. This room cost $500 plus to build. It was a floor. We had to build a floor. You normally don't have to do that. And all 5 walls, both 4 and top, had to have a ceiling inside of another building. It's that cold. By the way, if we walk out of this room, you can see your breath. I mean, it's like 30 20-something degrees in the shop. It stays cold. It doesn't warm up. It doesn't get any cold. It just stays cold. And so the room is wonderful, provides the ability to record, provides a place for me to rest. And so, and now that I have the booth, and he's guaranteed, take as long as it's necessary to do this. You completely backs it all the way. And I appreciate that, Craig. And I'll do my part the best that I can to give it the highest production value. And how do you do that? Expertise behind the board and recording, but you got to have the recording equipment, which I don't have. And that's what this video is all about. This is a terrifying time for me because, by the way, I started this in '09. I spent a week with Jacques and Roxanne. I wrote the first song on the Research Center property, I See the World, which is just a beautiful, one of the first ones I begin. I See the World. And so after '09, there was a terrible crunch. I had lost my job as construction student. I didn't have anything. I lost everything. And so I have then accomplished what I could accomplish. And on the road, I thought maybe I could get a studio. I tried in Arizona. That was a fiasco. It didn't work. Horrible situation, which I'll write about. And now I have the ability, but I don't have the recording equipment. And that's what this video is all about. I'm going to ask those members and supporters who understand what it is I'm trying to do, see value in it, and are willing to help finance it. So I'm asking for donations to buy recording equipment. And there's no frivolous purchases. All of that equipment is very specific. All the songs are considered in what musical components are necessary. I'll say this, a lot of them are Moody Blues influenced. So there's a tremendous amount of orchestration and strings and tubas and sad oboes and incredibly good stuff that I believe I can accomplish if I have the tools to do so. So I'm going to ask everyone that if you think that this is important work and you want to see it happen, let's make it happen. I'm ready to do that, but I need your help. I'm totally outside of the monetary system. I hate the monetary. I'm vehemently against all of that, and it's the best that I can do. I try not to participate in it, and I need money to buy the equipment. And so everyone, you can look, but I follow through on what I say I'm going to. I've created some large bodies of work by myself, and the Dancer's Dictionary is one example, 14 years to do that. The largest body of work on earth is the Dancer's Dictionary 2-step, lists over 987 different dance moves, organized, categorized, sequentially numbered, in real time and slow motion, 2 different camera views. That was a huge project completed. I completed the first virtual city. Went on the internet, did that by myself. Anyway, so I don't just start something and it's too hard and stop. And I've been doing music all of my life. And so if you believe that this is important work and that it has potential to reach the earth, music isn't like text or genre or verbiage. It's music. And if you can use that music in a positive, coalesced about what we're doing, what's being done, and how it can be done, I think it could be very, very powerful. And so now now I start a new page. All of the people who donate will be listed on the credits of the album. Every donation is listed. I have a page on Facebook if I get any donations. And the donations go specific. It shows every penny. I've always done that. Made the most you can see with your own eyes. I'll put a list of the equipment, even where where I get it from. Most of it from Sweetwater. And so everyone who donates will have a credit, because if the song album happens, it's because it's what the members and supporters wanted to have happen. And I'll be an instrument. I'll do the best that I can. And incorporating lots of other musicians too, from all over the world that are members. So, there's power in numbers. Anyway, so anything else? Oh, by the way, the equipment is and remain, if we buy it, if we get enough donations to buy the equipment, the equipment will remain the property and ownership of the VenusProject.com, and when after I'm done with my use or my death, it's returned. It'll be sent to the Venus Project headquarters in Venus, Florida, for whatever production value they or other members around the world have use of it to help continue to create. After I'm done with this album and a break, then I'll be creating some other things, openers, some bells and whistles stuff for other people that are doing their efforts, can use this music for radio shows or whatever, which we'll do our own. But I'll be doing some work after that, and it's all Venus Project related. And so, a long video, huh? So, that's it. Booth is built. We have all the songs. Now I just need the equipment. And so I ask everyone, if you think it's important, please donate. I'll put a donation tag link in that I still have from the Peace Walk. It's a PayPal. And every donation that comes in, I'll list on a page. There'll be I'll make a new page on Facebook. And every time somebody donates, it'll be their name, unless they don't want to. I would encourage you to. Remember, people forget about what you're doing. You generations to come, when your name becomes associated with this peace effort that came to America, this effort of a resource-based economy that enveloped this globe, you're part of it. Your name is associated with it. And I want to acknowledge people. I want them to feel like they... And this is, by the way, this is during Christmas time, and I know it's going to hurt. And so all I would suggest, if you want to and you have considerations, don't buy a pizza. Take that money and put it towards the equipment so we can create. And just think about how powerful these songs could be. What if it was a help? What if it had tremendous help? Which I think it will. That's why I'm doing it. And so that's it. I'll put a link. There'll be a link to the songs. I'll have a page made up in Facebook. It'll be just a page, which I'll update. Every time somebody donates, I put their name and how much they donated and a tally of reaching that goal of what's needed to buy the equipment. I'm only getting the equipment that's necessary for the songs. None of it is avant-garde. None of it is frivolous. It's all important stuff. Anyway, so I don't know. I think I've covered everything. There'll be, and by the way, if this happens, then I'll be doing regular updates. We'll show you as we put the components of the songs together, what we've accomplished, daily, maybe semi-daily or weekly. And I can't release the whole song, or why would anyone want to donate? And we'll take all of the songs and create a medley. One leads into the other, just short pieces of each song. And we'll use that as a promo, but I can sure show you how it's going, how some of the equipment works, routing, busing, a whole bunch of very interesting things. So look, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and listen to me ramble. It's an important ramble. This is really important. I've been at it a long, long time. Since '09, I've just kept writing and writing, looking for opportunity and the resources to be able to do it. It's a huge job. I think it'll probably be my very best work. It'll certainly be a huge project, and I need your help. And I appreciate anyone who is able to. And any amount is welcome, and any amount is important. For all of those musicians, I'd like you to write me. I've been keeping a tab as best I could. Sir Taz, Gorillas Forever, Matt Nolan, Star Hills. It's just some wonder, and Sky, and just Bonnethew, I think it is. And so, write me, let me know that you're interested and you'd like to participate in what categories, whether it's percussion or vocals or whatever. And we'll start that data bank up too. Appreciate everybody. Wish everyone a good winter. And thank you for watching this. If you can help, please do so. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you a little bit later. And I'll do an update pretty soon. Here's the little office. And by the way, I created this bench very low. You always, by the way, usually with equipment, you're like, you have to get up. You can't, none of them have bevel. Some of the recorders come up a little bit, but I wanted to be right there. So I made this deck low. And by the way, I got the chair low anyway. I think I slept in it last night, this morning. And so the deck is low, and it's just ready to go. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you a little bit later.